Summary. Adisa's Journey, a comprehensive summary. Chosen ones. Adisa, the guardian holder and alchemist of meaning. Adisa is no ordinary warrior. He is a being of discipline and vision, battling corrupted entities with surgical precision. His strikes release tormented souls, either dissolving them or restoring their sanity. His fundamental mission is to confront the abyss without succumbing to its nihilistic pull, ensuring that Earth's reality does not dissolve into meaninglessness. He is the guardian holder, tasked not merely with destruction, but with the profound act of reintegrating chaos with order. Trials, the rift beneath London, the third gate, Metamon, and the hunt for Bane. Here, Adisa encounters a monstrous, reality-tearing rift, a chaotic wound, that is, in essence, this rift threatens humanity's collective unconscious, allowing primordial fear and madness to spread. Within this terrifying landscape, the sickly forces. Adisa is confronted by the corrupted seekers, twisted, once human figures who pursued forbidden knowledge touched the abyss and were shattered by its truths, their minds broken, their forms distorted by the horrors they could not withstand. They are grotesque remnants, consumed by the misuse of unintegrated truths. A resonant drum within Adisa's being, deepening his connection to the mundane while simultaneously expanding his perception beyond human limits. He is no longer merely learning but absorbing, becoming a conduit for something vast and ancient. He understands he must find the unraveling, not to halt it, but to step into its current, a doorway to reweaving the fabric of understanding into something entirely new. Adisa, with a sneaky, pleasant grin, fully embraces this role, ready to play his part in the cosmic stage, choosing to burn out than to fade away. 1. The unveiling of the cosmic tapestry and the weight of knowing. Adisa's search for chosen ones. The unveiling of the cosmic tapestry manifests in the very modern fabric of his working life. Adisa becomes increasingly detached from everyday human concerns, which appear petty and insignificant against the swelling cosmic energies he now perceives. His world fractures as he steps beyond ordinary awareness, seeing bustling streets not as commerce or conflict, but as hollow repetitions, people trapped in cycles they barely understood. He perceives the true cosmic tapestry, revealing civilizations that have transcended hierarchy and materialism, while humanity remains trapped not by lack of knowledge, but by an unwillingness to embrace it. He sees the stark reality, wars fought over artificial borders, resources hoarded despite technology for abundance, knowledge suppressed despite the power to reshape existence. The weight of this disparity is unbearable. Humanity has designed its own prison. The unveiling of the cosmic tapestry and the weight of knowing, Adisa as the chosen one. The unveiling of the cosmic tapestry manifests in the very modern fabric of his working life. Adisa becomes increasingly detached from everyday human concerns, which appear petty and insignificant against the swelling cosmic energies he now perceives. His world fractures as he steps beyond ordinary awareness, seeing bustling streets not as commerce or conflict, but as hollow repetitions, people trapped in cycles they barely understood. He perceives the true cosmic tapestry, revealing civilizations that have transcended hierarchy and materialism, while humanity remains trapped not by lack of knowledge, but by an unwillingness to embrace it. He sees the stark reality, wars fought over artificial borders, resources hoarded despite technology for abundance, knowledge suppressed. 2. Despite the power to reshape existence. The weight of this disparity is unbearable. Humanity has designed its own prison. Worse, the forces ensuring this stagnation are not unseen, they are unseen architects of deception, with names, faces, structures that claim to preserve balance, but whose grip on reality feels increasingly fragile against swelling galaxies and ancient knowledge. The universe has no tolerance for stagnation. Civilizations either evolve or perish. This profound realization leaves Adisa questioning if humanity has already chosen its fate, seeing people not as individuals but as flickering orbs, faint echoes of their true underlying essence. and in a searing flash of insight, a truth both ancient and deeply upsetting pierced through him. This stagnation wasn't accidental. It was a profound betrayal. The old ancient, ascended masters, sages, humanitarians, the earth-lifters, light-workers, and healers of old had entrusted the new age with advanced technology, herbs, medicine, astrology, geography, cultures, arts, physics, and colors. They had entrusted the earth and her children to mankind, to look after them, love them, and nurture them. But what had been done instead? They had enslaved their children for greedy power, control, and profit. This was the root of the fracture, the underlying deceit fueling the cliphotic encroachment. In this new stage, Adisa's journey is revealed as that of the chosen one, a path of immense responsibility and strength. He finds himself constantly navigating a subtle, inner conflict, a battle between what he was taught to believe about himself and the truth of his limitless potential. This conflict, he understands, is the fire that forges the strongest souls. Signs begin to appear to him, synchronicities, sudden insights, double-digit numbers like 1111, 1919, 1717, and then unexpected encounters, confirming his awakening. He grasps that his power is far greater than he'd imagined, and that the veil is lifting, allowing him to perceive his truth. He's capable of manifesting realities, of altering the very fabric of existence with his thoughts, intentions, and energy. The energy shifts within him are unsettling, like shedding an old skin, yet he trusts the process, knowing it's necessary for him to step into his full power. His thoughts are sharper, emotions more profound, intuition stronger, as if the universe is communicating with him constantly, guiding him. This power is not for his own benefit. He has been entrusted with the ability to influence the world around him, to uplift those who cannot yet. 3. See their own potential, and to navigate the unseen realms where angels fear to tread. He is a beacon, his very presence drawing others toward him or intimidating them. He understands that every thought, action, and word ripples out into the universe, creating realities that can either elevate or harm, underscoring the vital need for discipline and wisdom. Even when the weight of this responsibility feels overwhelming and doubt creeps in, he remembers he was chosen for a reason. Dissolution of self, isolation, and the integration of shadow. A disorienting slump into his ears, an invasive rhythm, ticking like a clock wound too tight, becomes a constant, internal pressure, bypassing thought and shaking his perception. His magical abilities, once stabilized by shadow integration, evolve in unsettling ways. He can now feel the intentions of others not just as emotions, but as raw, pulsing energy signatures. The distinction between his own echoes, fragments from the collective unconscious, and external forces blurs, like standing before a spiral of decades, each step leading deeper into mystery, every twist an unraveling of certainty. These energy signatures wrap around him, urging him deeper into a passage where walls shift like fluid metal, and the air is thick with the scent of time itself. The journey is no longer his alone. He has stepped into the machinery of something greater, a labyrinth of perception, where past, present, and future bleed into one. He accepts that the staircase did not lead down or up, but spiraled into a vastness of truth. An empathic connection becomes a chilling clarity, allowing him to see the intricate dance of cause and effect across existence. One evening, meditating by the river where he first encountered Momangosi, Adisa's world dissolves. He floats in vast inky blackness, punctuated by pinpricks of light, not stars, but swelling galaxies, ancient intelligences. A voice, not a whisper, but a resonant vibration that echoed through the very fabric of his being, spoke. It was not a language he knew, yet he understood it perfectly. It was the voice of Metamon, a relentless cascade of information revealing the fundamental truth of existence, of the interconnectedness of all things, of the illusion of separation. 4. As the deluge of raw Unfiltered truth threatened to shatter his perception of reality. Adisa, amidst the visions of stars being born and dying, of civilizations rising and falling, of the intricate dance of creation and destruction across countless dimensions, did something profound. He challenged Metamon directly, daring the essence of life itself to give him a confirmation. He had witnessed second echoes, conscious fragments of shattered minds, eternally repaying their moments of failure, bound by information they couldn't assimilate, showing him the price of seeking, the cost of failing. He needed a sign, an undeniable affirmation that this perilous path was true. In that moment, as if in direct answer to his audacious demand, Adisa looked up into the inky blackness, and a massive shooting star whizzed through the cosmic canvas. It wasn't just a celestial event, it was a physical manifestation, a breathtaking confirmation, cutting through the void with incandescent purpose. The core of the trial was not a physical challenge, but the test of his mental and spiritual fortitude. Could he withstand the full, unadulterated truth of the cosmos without his mind fracturing? Could he integrate this vast, terrifying knowledge without losing himself in its sheer veracity? The core of this trial is a test of his mental and spiritual fortitude to withstand the full, unadulterated truth of the cosmos without shattering, to integrate this vast, terrifying knowledge without losing himself. His sense of self begins to dissolve, identity, memories, and even his name feel insignificant against the backdrop of universal consciousness. He becomes a singular point of awareness, a conduit, experiencing the infinite. The chilling thought arises, what if there was no returning? What if this was the final unraveling, the ultimate price of seeking Metamon? Would he become another hollow seeker, a ghost in the machine? The temptation to resist and cling to his old self is immense, but the deeper, unified soul forged in previous trials knows this is the ultimate test of integration. He surrenders to the current of knowledge, allowing his consciousness to expand and embrace the vastness. He does not fight the dissolution, he becomes it. In this absolute surrender, he perceives Metamon not as a distinct entity, but as the very essence of the unfolding universe, the silent architect of reality, the shadow that watches. 5. During this phase, Adisa experiences the inevitable isolation that accompanies his rising power. He feels misunderstood, even rejected, as friends, family, and former supporters distance themselves, not because of his failings, but because the light he carries is too intense for those who are not yet ready to embrace their own power. This solitude, he realizes, is not a punishment but a necessary part of his growth, a space where he is forced to confront his inner self and the full depth of his power, allowing him to sharpen his abilities without distraction. Though he may feel a sense of loss as relationships fade, he trusts this is part of the process, making space for greater alignment. He also confronts the challenging lesson of vulnerability, recognizing that true power lies not in invincibility but in knowing when to open up, to trust, and to show his true self. He learns that vulnerability is the key to authentic connection, and acknowledging his human struggles allows him to lead with greater grace and resilience, inspiring others by showing that even the strongest souls experience doubt and fear. This surrender deepens his connection to the divine, allowing the universe to guide him. Crucially, as the most powerful chosen one, Adisa understands he is not only a bearer of light but also a holder of shadows. Adisa is also looking for other chosen ones on his travels that maybe he can aid them for the final battle. While he's still trying to fully harness his power, he must confront and embrace the darker parts of himself, the anger, fear, and doubt that have shaped him. This shadow side, often ignored or feared, holds immense power when understood and integrated, creating the balance of light and dark from which his true strength emerges. This ongoing process of integration is his ultimate test. Constantine's arrival and the battle beneath London. As Adisa's perception expands, he is drawn to Constantine's presence, an anomaly within the fabric of whatever reality he chose to occupy. Tracing Constantine to a dim-lit, half-abandoned bookstore in Soho, Adisa knows he is expected. Constantine, ever laconic, confirms Adisa's late arrival. Adisa states his need, the ghost tracker, someone who can find a target who doesn't just slip through cracks, but is a crack. The very fabric. 6. Of reality seems to acknowledge the weight of Constantine's statement, with a deep, physical crack echoing in the moment. Bane, it's revealed, is blurring, dissolving into the fragmented edges of existence itself. The descent begins, the battle beneath London, breaking the chains of Maya. Constantine's network traces Bane's presence to a hidden chamber beneath the city, a place where old powers gathered, manipulating perception, keeping society locked in stagnation. Mages, conspirators, entities beyond human form, who are not just protecting Bane but maintaining an entire system of control. Well, at least so they thought. Adisa and Constantine enter an arena of flickering sigils and shifting dimensions, where unseen forces twist reality. The fight has already begun. They face not just Bane, but extensions of a greater force, the unseen architects of deception. The battle is one of energy and will, with skills erupting, blazing echoes, whooping space attacks. Adisa realizes this is just a battle, but the test. He had hoped Metamon carried the roadmap but now understands, Metamon was only the patient guide, Metamon gave him the keys, but it is up to Adisa to unlock the truth, to see beyond the deception and the illusion of control imposed upon humanity. Constantine, in mid-battle, prompts Adisa to start seeing through their tricks. Adisa exhales and finally lets go. In that moment, the illusion cracked. He sees the true battlefield beyond the illusions and steps into mastery. 7. Page 7 of 7.